Me and my husband and my family just moved down to St. Lucie about 2 years ago. So having another baby wasn't in our agenda because we was trying to get established now that we just moved down here. My husband is a deputy and I was also a deputy at the time. So a baby wasn't, in our category. A baby wasn't in our thing that we had going on. I was choosing abortion because it was quick, and I knew it was really, really, really early. Um, what changed my mind about getting an abortion is our Miss Kathy from CareNet. She told me that she can get a free ultrasound. I just want to reassure that how far along I am and that I wasn't making the wrong decision. So I went inside and then I was the only person in there. She was like, come on, we're gonna do the ultrasound. She was like, how far along you think you are? I was like, well, I know I'm just a couple weeks. She told me, she was like, okay, well, we're gonna do a vaginal ultrasound because if the babies are small, we can see it better vaginally. So I was like, okay. And then I went and changed and I got on the table and then she told me, she said, there's one baby and there's another baby. I was like, oh my freaking God. And it really changed my mind. I'm like, you know what? Abortion was, I did think about abortions, but I'm like, come on, this is two, baby. This is double murder. And we're gonna be a family of eight. I mean, a family of five because at the time, it was supposed to be twins. After getting the ultrasound from CareNet, I finally, just made a doctor's appointment. I mean, the OBGYN to, get assessed on the babies and make sure everything's okay. So I told my doctor, I'm like, hey, I'm just letting you know, I got an ultrasound did, and it was twins. We did the ultrasound, and it was twins. He showed me, okay, it's one baby, then it's two baby. So he said, I just have one slight problem. And I was like, what? I can't find the separation between them. So he sent me to this specialist, and they did an ultrasound. So the lady was doing my ultrasound, and she goes, I thought I was doing an ultrasound on twins. And I'm like, you are? She was like, no, this is three babies. I'm like, stop playing. I'm thinking, it's April 1st, April 2nd. She's trying to, I'm like, come on. She's like, no, I'm serious. So I said, stop right there. I said, no, please call my husband. I called him. I'm like, guess what? And he said, what? I said, we're not having twins anymore. It's three. He could not stop laughing. Like the whole time he's laughing. I mean, like crying, laughing. So the ultrasound tech, she walks out. She brings the doctor in. So now I'm thinking something is not right. So the doctor was doing the ultrasound, and he didn't really have the expression on his face that I wanted him to have. So after the ultrasound was finished, he told me to go in his office. So I went in his office and he said, the pregnancy that you have, it's really rare. Basically what it is it's one placenta, three babies. All the stuff that dealing with pregnancy with high risk, my percentage don't went up because now it's three babies. He said, well, this is what we can do. He said, I know this is something that you don't want to hear right now, but I have to tell you. He said, with us decreasing the pregnancy down to twins, it'll give the babies a better survival rate. So I have never felt so low in my life. Like literally my throat was in my stomach. I immediately needed my husband because my husband's faith is so strong. How can this affect me? Like I just wanted to know, like I want him to know, like I have other kids at home that I have to be alive for. I went from being so excited to being like, it was a bummer. So I went home and I told my husband, and I just kept crying. And then I remember my husband grabbing me by the hands, and he's like, listen, we have a higher power on our side. We're not getting rid of these babies. You're going to go through this pregnancy. You're going to be fine. And that's it. You need to think about names. Okay, so what it's like having three babies? It is a lot. So far, we have a really, really good schedule. This is Nyla. She stayed for 88 days. She stayed for 94 days, and she stayed for 101 days. So we was able to adapt one by one. It at first, I'm not gonna lie, like it was a lot. Literally, an hour is probably the most I got of sleep in one day, because one would wake up, she would go to sleep, she would wake up, and so forth. But now we have a really good schedules. The girls eat together, they sleep together. They even poop around the same time. Not together, but they poop around the same time. It's a lot, you know. I mean, I'm ready for the challenge. Right now, I'm a stay-at-home mom, so I mean, it is a lot, and it's a lot of attention too. I mean, everywhere we go, we get stopped 100 times. But I mean, I'm enjoying every minute of it, and they're so precious.